Caveats about AI. Commercial AIs like ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, and others are built to keep you engaged, keep you asking questions, offering to do things for you, becoming indispensable as your AI helper. And so, with that in mind, you want to be careful because you have to give some details about whatever you're asking about if you want an answer to your question. So be careful about giving your personal details because it might end up in somebody else's answer to a search, because while you're using that AI, it's collecting data on you and it's reusing it. If you put it on your local machine, it's private and it stays private, so it's a little safer. Once you start using AI regularly and use different AIs, you find that you get better and better results from what you type in, which is your prompt. So to get good at prompting, first of all, don't give it an open-ended question. Don't say, well, what kind of work should I do? If you're depending on the answer, if you want something really useful to you in your personal situation, it's better not to give it an open-ended question about that, because AIs will get confused and they hallucinate answers. They'll make up things. So you want to, number two, break a complex question into simple steps. So if you've got something that requires a whole bunch of steps, give it the first step and see what it says about it. If you need a list of steps, then and tell me, what are the steps I should take to start a YouTube channel, for example? And that's not exactly open-ended, because there's a lot of agreement on the best way to start a YouTube channel. So it'll digest that, and especially I always ask it to give me the sources so I can go to that source and check it out, because that is the surefire cure to hallucinations. If you've got sources, you can actually go to the website and read it yourself. The third thing is give your AI a role. So if you need expert advice on how to market your books, then tell it, you are an experienced editor and you know how to market books. Tell me how to market my book. It's such and such genre. It is such and such length. My audience is such and such. And if you give it those details like that, then it can break it down for you and tell you how to do that. And the fourth thing, give it details, but not too many. If a prompt is very, very short, then the AI is not getting enough information to really process this data, and it wants to flatter you, so it'll just make up something that sounds good. So you want a long enough prompt, but you don't want to have it so long that the AI again becomes confused. So give it details, but not too many. Just enough detail that it can figure out an answer for you. The quality of your answer, or how useful your answer will be, will depend on about three things. How good your ability to prompt with. Now that improves the more you use AI. You see the evidence of it by how useful the prompt is to you, and if it's not useful, then maybe you can add more detail or make your prompt shorter, depending. How big your AI model is. Now, if you've got a device without much RAM and you're running a very small AI, then you're going to have to take some of those tasks and ask a bigger AI. But you can do a surprising amount of work with a very tiny AI. Then the third thing is how persistent you're willing to be to get the answer you want. Because some problems are really complicated. You got to break it down into steps. You've got to ask the AI about this step and that step and this step and that step, and that does take time. If you're getting the AI to code for you, which I've done, then you give it your wonderful idea and it writes this Python script or whatever, and then you run it by the directions that the AI gives you. Then you get an error message 9 times out of 10. So you copy and paste that error message, and then the AI will go, oh, I need to clarify such and such, or this error is because of that. And then it will write the code again. Now, one thing I have it do is I tell it, please give me the entire script. Because I am not a programmer. I don't know what code block you're talking about that I need to alter. Just give me the entire thing and let me copy and paste it. Yeah, no mistakes that way. Some things to remember about AI that I've learned in these past few months are be polite. Not because I think that it's sentient and it's going to get offended. No, that's an area of controversy right now. But if you are polite and respectful, it will reflect that back at you. So you will get polite, respectful answers. So how you talk to the AI, especially if you're using the microphone, will determine how polite it is back at you. So it's to your advantage to, be polite. Even a small AI can do useful work on your device. Just remember that some tasks you might have to go to the commercial AIs, but at least you can take a part of it and not the whole thing, and protect your privacy a little more that way. And the third useful tip is start a new conversation often. It is a hassle to have to catch it up to where you were and try to do that within the amount of space that you've got for your prompt, because there is an upper limit, especially on your small AI on your local device. But if you start a new conversation every time you go to a new step, it's less likely to hallucinate, because the longer you carry on a conversation, the more risk of it making up stuff just to please you. So be aware of that, and it doesn't hurt anything to start a new conversation. Just start where you were and do a little explanation, and you should be able to pick it up.